What's up, YouTube? When you come in, be sure to click that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And after the video, I want you all to leave a comment. Shout out to the Mac Heroes and Maniacs. Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories.
I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories. Today I want to talk about my homeboy Big Sliproc, rest in peace. Sliproc was born in 1965. He attended Audubon Junior High School and Crenshaw High School. Known for his fighting skills, Sliproc was definitely one of the ones from the hood that could lead and that had a voice. He had some say-so, and he raised a lot of homies. Taught a lot of homies how to crip the right way, and he would lead the charge at rumbles, going out, county jail squabbles, all of that. I spoke on Sliproc before, even had a song put out in memory of the homie called Big Sliproc by Kev Mac Videos featuring King Real.
Yeah. Sliproc.
That's that shit I like.
Sliproc.
Crip again. Break yourself, fool! I'm gonna bring out volume 14. Come on,
I was fortunate enough to have a few short, small clips of the homie, so we could always remember the homie and keep his legacy alive. So what I want to say is, I see Sliproc and his family in a Cadillac on church on Sundays, and we used to make jokes about Sliproc. As I got older, me and Sliproc had got, I don't want to say tight, because the whole hood at one point was really tight. But me and Slip got real close. And we would take trips to Vegas. He would come by my house. Of course, I would go by his house. We gambled together all over the hood. You know what I'm saying? We went out. We had squabbles at different arenas or functions or at different events and stuff like that. So, I'm always have love for the homie, always have a memory for the homie, as long as I got a memory. Shit, I'm losing my memory, but I remember going to the hole. I went to Gangfish Row in the county jail. And I remember this deputy. I don't even remember which deputy, what he looked like, none of that, but I remember this deputy saying, he said, man, you had a homeboy named Sliproc. I remember one time I was in the county jail, and I went to Gangfish Row, the hole, and this deputy, he told me, he said, man, you got a homeboy named Sliproc. I always wonder what happened to Slip. Where's Slip at? I ignore him, you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you the homie's business because I don't know what you got in mind. I don't know if you're trying to attach me to him or they looking for him or what, so I ignore him. And he tells me, he says, your homeboy Sliproc had the best fighting skills I ever seen from a gang member. He said, man, coming through this Crip module, this blood module, he said Sliproc was unfadable, man. He had cold hands. He said, I'll bet on him against anybody. And that made me feel proud about the homie, you know what I mean? I felt really proud to hear that about my homie. And the homie was so humble that when I got out and I seen him, I told him that story. And he was just like, oh, man, get out of here. Oh, man, stop it. You know what I'm saying? So I always appreciated that. Like, he didn't brag about it. He didn't reminisce about it. And this is a dude that really was front line and rumbling wherever we went when we ran across rivals. You know what I mean? So all of that meant a lot to me, man. And so I held Slip close to my heart. I remember I told a story, or I mentioned that Slip had this silver luxury sport, and I liked the silver on it. So this was around 91. This was in 91. And I copied the color. However, not the same factory paint. I went and got the Nissan Silver because I liked the way the Nissan Silver looked. So I put the silver on my Rag 5.0. And the homie V was in Minnesota at the time, and V shipped some Dayton's of Sliproc. I guess V was down on his luck or whatever, or he just wanted some extra money. Slip bought them, and I bought them from Slip straight out the box. Slip didn't even use them or open them. I just bought them from Slip, and I put them on the 5.0. So we would take these trips to Vegas. We would take homies with us and stuff like that, and we would go solo. We built up a great rapport, great friendship. Ran across him in the county jail. I told y'all that story about him wearing the yellows. And so around 2007, 2008, the homie wasn't doing so great. He had complications of diabetes, and so he ended up getting his legs cut off and other limbs cut off, right? Fingers and arms. And so I went to see the homie one time, and I didn't like the way he looked because of his sickness. And the homie came to the game where we played the Venice Shorelines. He was in a wheelchair. I think at that time he might have just been missing his two legs. So in seeing the homie at his house, at his spot, and in the hood, it just really hurt me. It hurt me to see him like that, and I always thought, as much sugar as I eat and as bad as I eat, that I would probably have it too. So it was kind of scary for me to see the homie and face reality that one day I might be like that. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is diabetes ran in his family, so it was something that, he kind of expected, but not it to be so bad. And it doesn't run in my family. And from me going to the doctor, I haven't been since like in the last 5 years, but about four or 5 years ago, I was pre-diabetic still. I've been pre-diabetic since the Obama administration, so that was nothing new. But this is after the fact. I'm just telling you how I was feeling, and I just didn't want to see the homie like that. I wanted to remember the homie the way I knew him. Shooting dice, talking shit, ready to squabble, ready to go out, gather up the homies, go places, different events, stuff like that, driving nice cars, low riders, other cars on Dayton's and Vogues, Dayton's and 20s. So I always remembered the glory days of the homie. And he held the hood down when a lot of the reputables and the G's was gone. So Sliproc was like a leader to some of us, because he was always leading the charge.
Sliproc, born in 65. He grew up south of the track, 747, where he started to grind. Between 67th and Florence, he got it going. In hood, crippin' and watching our performance.
And so I remember baby Shawnee Mac, he came by my spot one day. He said, "Cuz, homie Sliproc said he want to see you." I'm like, damn, man, all right, I'm going to go see the homie. So I called Slip one day, and I tell Slip, you know, I want to see you, homie, but I don't really want to see you like that. He like, man, fuck that. Nigga, come see me. Nigga, come see me. So by the time I got up enough nerve to go see the homie, he had moved to a different spot. And I had never been to that spot. So I put off seeing the homie. And the homie passed around January 2009. And so in growing up, I had a lot of friends, met dudes from other hoods, and then you throw in all of the homies. Man, it'd been like over 300 funerals from people that I knew. So growing up in LA, a lot of us are immune to death, especially when your closest homies fall or your family members fall. And so I wasn't used to doing no crying or acting no fool, acting weird, trying to rewrite people's friendships and love for one another, and none of that stuff, trying to, steal none of his goods, none of that type of stuff that people do when your loved ones die, right? So I go to the funeral. Funeral's in Inglewood. He had a big, nice-sized funeral. I remember Nipsey was there. It was my first time actually seeing Nipsey at a homie's funeral. And there was some talk that other people had never seen Nipsey out at funerals and stuff like that. I'm not saying he didn't go to none, but this was the most memorable one that people recognized him and, and was speaking good on the homie. So, he had a memorable funeral. But anyway, so as I go in, the homie Baby Slip and quite a few other homies had put together a nice homegoing for Sliproc, and I showed up and I went in there and I looked at the casket, and man, I just fell out in tears, man. I boo-hooed, I was in tears. I held myself up, but it felt like I was just so weak I couldn't hold myself up. I just felt like I was just finna crumble, fall apart, hit the ground. But I stayed on my 2 feet, and I walked out, and man, I kind of hid my face. I didn't want people seeing me crying like that. I didn't want people, if you didn't know who I was at the time, I was crying. I didn't want people to get wind of that. So I just remember covering up my face and shit because of the love that I had for Slip and so much we had been through together. And the fact that I felt guilty for not going to see the homie that last time, man. That shit really hurt me back then, man. I was really hurt and guilty. I believe the crime was not just love, but guilt. Guilty that I didn't see the homie before he passed, man. And it was really deep, man. It was really deep. It was just something that's kind of unexplainable for me to tell you how I really felt. But it's easy for me to say I love the homie, I miss the homie, and I felt bad for not seeing him. Y'all know what time it is. It's approaching the end of the month. Got to get them bills paid. Got to make sure this channel stays in motion. As I said in the beginning of the video, be sure to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Tell some more stories as we round out the end of the month. I want to thank y'all for watching and salute y'all for watching, listening to my stories, and especially to those that be waiting on them. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
This is